afternoon. Happy Tuesday. It's Dina coming to you live from North Carolina. Y'all say hey, say hi as you are jumping on. If you're catching this on the replay, make sure, please drop replay or I missed you down in the comments to let me know that you watched me on the replay and that you missed me. I have a fan right here, y'all. I just got in from walking. Oh, it feels so good. This is my camping fan. But yeah, y'all say hi as you're jumping on. If you're catching this live, make sure you say hi in the comments to let me know that you are watching. As always, to make sure to tap that screen and give me a follow. Drop follow in the comments if you do. Click that follow button, and also make sure you toggle on the live notifications so that you get a little notification bell when I go live. So, hey Betty, how are you doing today? Sorry, I just got in from a walk. It started sprinkling on me, but I kept on going. I was like, whatever, it's humid outside. The rain feels good. I'm going to keep walking. And now I got a fan. Hi, Stacy. How are you doing today? Hi, Betty. How are you? Oh, that's the same Betty. Sometimes I get two Bettys that pop on. But how are y'all doing today? Y'all let me know as you're jumping on where you are joining me from. And how is the weather? It is definitely a lot cooler to here today, but it's humid. I would rather the heat than the humidity. How about y'all? I don't know if y'all can relate to that. It's 75 here, so it was like 88 yesterday. So it's a little less than 10 degrees cooler, but with the humidity, it feels the same. Like, it's so hot. But I'm still trying to get my walking done. I'm gonna try to start getting up in the morning. So if y'all walk, do y'all like prefer walking in the morning or afternoon? I'm going to try to start getting up earlier in the morning to walk. I mean, I get to sleep in right now because my son doesn't have school, so I'm not getting up until 7. So I probably need to start getting back up at 6 again. He's going to be back in school in July because he goes the year round. So I need to probably start getting up at 6 and maybe going for a walk first. But I wanted to jump on today because I have been getting a ton of questions. Usually I'm packing trials on Tuesday, so I've already packed up all my trials. I've already got them all shipped out. So not packing any trials here today. I actually got to go get some more cardstock paper. I'm out of cardstock for my flyers. So I got to go get some more of that anyway. But I don't have any trials right now to mail because I already got them all shipped out and coming your way if you grabbed a trial from me. But I wanted to come on and answer some questions. So I kind of wanted to maybe have this live as a reference guide for new people that are considering drinking ketones, have questions. So y'all feel free. Y'all drop your questions in the comments that you have. This is going to be surrounding ketones, but you can drop your keto questions down there too, and I will help answer them as well. Hi, Tammy. How are you doing today? But most of these questions that I have written down, or like the most common questions, are surrounding the exogenous ketones that y'all see me mixing up, drinking, talking about occasionally. Hopefully I don't talk about them too much, but I do want y'all to make sure y'all have all the resources available if you're following a keto lifestyle. These are a supplement. These are what I take. I added these about a little over 2 years ago. In addition to my keto lifestyle, I still do follow keto. And that is a common question that a lot of people ask or say. They're like, well, I'm not going to start ketones yet because I am not committed to keto. You do not have to follow a keto lifestyle. I personally do, but you do not have to follow a keto lifestyle to drink ketones. They will still be effective even if you don't follow a keto lifestyle. If your goal is fat loss in drinking exogenous ketone supplements, I do suggest some kind of healthier eating, and I can help you with that. I can give you resources for that. Do y'all know the only diet that's going to work? Y'all let me know. Do y'all know the only diet that's going to work for you, for me, for anyone? The only diet that's going to work for you is the diet that you can maintain. The diet that you can sustain is the only diet on this planet that is going to work for you, is the one you're going to stick to. So you pick which diet. If fat loss is your goal, fitness is your goal, you want to, reduce your weight, build your muscle mass, whatever you want to do, ketones can work. They can help you. They can aid you in that. They are a tool that can aid you in that. But a healthier eating lifestyle is definitely going to help as well. Ketones will eventually work. You know, it might take a little longer if you're not eating healthy-ish. But there are all kinds of diets out there. So Mediterranean, paleo, vegan, carnivore, vegetarian. Y'all let me know. What do y'all follow? The ones that are on here watching right now or on the replay, what do y'all follow? I personally follow keto. Right now I'm following lazy keto. I did follow strict keto for several years, and I did switch to lazy keto about 2.5 years ago. So that's the diet that works for me. And that's the resources I share with you. Now, if you're following strict keto, you can still follow along with the resources. They will still benefit you. You'll just need to add a little tracking in there. If you're going to ask me how many calories and carbs and protein and stuff like that are in my recipe, I'm going to direct you to a tracking app. Because I follow lazy keto, I don't do all that tracking. I don't track all those macros. If you're following strict keto, you are going to want to. That is something you won't necessarily get from me because I follow lazy keto, and lazy keto, you don't track as much. You really kind of pay attention to eating whole foods, eating clean, green leafy vegetables, stuff like that, and kind of just eyeballing your net carbs to stay to make sure you're within that keto range. Diet. When I diet, I just count calories. Yeah, I mean, most diets say you need to be in a calorie deficit to really lose weight. If you're doing Weight Watchers, my sister, she's kind of thinking about going back to Weight Watchers, and she's like talking to me this past weekend, and she's like, Weight Watchers and keto kind of cross over. And I said, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Low carb, keto, Weight Watchers, it's all the same thing. It's just when people put a label on it, it kind of gets a stigma around it. So, but it's really the same thing. Your 3 macros you're really concerned about are protein, carbs, and fat. With pretty much any kind of low carb, keto, paleo, Weight Watchers, whatever you're doing, it's all kind of generally the same thing. So, but yeah, calorie counting is good. Hi, Stacy. I didn't say hi. Lazy keto, Linda. Yeah, that's what I follow. That works for me. Like I said, the diet that's going to work for you is the diet you're going to be able to maintain. So that's kind of key. So common questions. I kind of jumped right into the one, you don't have to be keto to drink ketones. Ketones work for anyone. They are beneficial for anyone. I feel like everyone needs ketones. They just don't know it yet. So they're pretty new. Well, they've been around 8 years. So ketones have been around 8 years. They were actually developed for our military by scientists at NASA. So they're kind of becoming more and more mainstream. You're hearing more and more about ketones. So exactly right. Yes. Don't let anybody tell you have to follow strict keto. So if you're here and you're a keto police, there is no keto police here. You can't tell me that you have to follow strict keto to be able to be successful. I'm never going to agree with that. It has to work for you. Strict keto doesn't work for everyone. Not everyone can track. I was just listening to a doctor last night he actually graduated from Duke University. I think he's now living in Pennsylvania. He's been doing a lot of research study around ketones and cancer, or keto and cancer, and then also exogenous ketones, incorporating that and seeing the great benefits in these patients that he's following. He actually showed the science of these patients with breast cancer and their physical fitness and drinking ketones and building their muscle mass and following a keto lifestyle and being successful in reducing their chances of it reoccurring. Hi, Jason. How are you? It's very, very interesting to watch and to listen to. So, all right, so 1 or 2. A lot of people ask me, if I can only afford to drink 1 ketone a day, am I going to see benefits from it? The answer, hi, Beverly, how are you? The answer to that is yes. 1 is better than none. I actually only drank 1 ketone per day for the first probably 6 months when I first started drinking ketones. I drank 1 per day and I noticed the benefits. I lost 30 pounds in the first few months, only drinking 1 ketone pack per day. So you can be successful. 1 is better than none. So if that's all you can do when you first start, that's fine. You can do that. Some people actually drink, split it up. Drink the half of that ketone in the morning and half of it in the afternoon. That's what I do for my son when he goes to school. I split it up in his lunchbox. Thank you for sharing, Beverly. I appreciate that. 1 is definitely going to help you. And if you're already following a keto or a strict kind of lifestyle and producing some natural ketones, they're going to work in conjunction with the ones you incorporate, the exogenous ketones. Exogenous just means created outside the body. Endogenous is the ones you're creating if you're following a strict keto lifestyle and you're trying to make your own ketones, those are endogenous. Those are what you're creating. Exogenous are bioidentical. Well, these are anyway. I can't speak for any other ones on the market. These have so many patents on them. No other company can make them the same. I can only speak for these, but these are bioidentical to the ones you can create. So when you introduce them to your system knows exactly what to do with them, and they work in conjunction with the ones you create. Another common question or misconception people think is they're going to cancel out your natural ketones, and then possibly down the road you're not going to be able to create natural ketones. That's false. They do work in conjunction. And another question is, when can I stop drinking them? You can stop drinking them anytime you want. You're not going to get the benefits to them if you stop drinking them. I kind of think of it like a tool. Like what tool do you use? Who drinks coffee on here? Who's a coffee drinker in the morning? That's a tool. Coffee is a tool that you drink in the morning to get you going. You could drink tea. If you're a tea drinker, do you drink tea to keep going? My brother is, I'm not going to say addicted, but he has to have his Mountain Dew. My director has to have her Diet Coke. So everybody's kind of got their kryptonite, some kind of tool. Energy drinks. Is anybody on here drink energy drinks? They are horrible for you, but a lot of people have to have them. I know for years before I actually converted to a keto lifestyle and started doing like all natural stuff, I two rock stars a day. That was mine. I had to get Rockstar, and I love the orange one. I got them every time I went to the grocery store, and they were not cheap either. So if y'all are drinking any kind of those energy drinks, Monster, Rockstar, they're loaded with crap, and they're really not good for you, and they are not cheap. So your son tried keto 10 years ago and didn't like it enough to stay on it. It sounds like a lot has changed. Yes, there's definitely been a lot changed. So, a lot of people like your son dirty keto might be better for them. Dirty keto works for a lot of people. A lot of people, it's controversial. A lot of people that follow strict say no to dirty. I don't have an issue. If dirty keto fits in your lifestyle and that's what works for you, do it. You do need to track with dirty keto. I do, hate to let you know that. Some people will think, oh, I thought I didn't have to track with dirty keto. You do need to track with dirty keto. But with dirty keto, you're eating the prepackaged processed stuff. It is more expensive. Dirty keto is probably the most expensive option of keto there is, because that prepackaged stuff, when they put keto on that label, they're going to charge more for it, unfortunately. Hi, Marlene. And a lot of that stuff you can make yourself, but some people don't have time to make their meals every single night, so they have to buy the prepackaged meals or get the delivery service that makes the meals for them. Hi, Cinda. How are you? Yes, you're catching me live, so I'm just scrolling back real through to catch who is jumping on. Hi, Emily. How are y'all doing today? Y'all make sure y'all say hi as you're jumping on. I apologize if I miss you. I'm just answering a few questions. So one or two, that was kind of where I left off on. One, if that's all you can do right now, that is fine. That is a great starting place. And then when you're ready, you can add two. If you ever want to add two. Some people still, to this day, only drink one per day. And that's fine. Another common question is, when do you recommend I drink ketones? It's really up to you. When do you feel that you need that boost of ketones and that boost of mood and energy and focus in your day? For me, it's first thing in the morning. Like, I have to be at work at 8 o'clock. I have meeting after meeting after meeting until probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's when I don't have any more meetings. Usually, sometimes they throw them on there at like 4:30. But I have the most meetings and have to get the most work done in the morning. So I drink my ketones first thing in the morning. So it really depends on when you need that kind of boost of energy or focus. And with or without food. A lot of people ask me, do I have to take them with or without food? Ketones are a great appetite suppressant. So you do not have to take them with food. You can if you want to. It's really up to you. If you're looking for appetite control, I definitely recommend drinking them an hour before you eat. I intermittent fast. I drink my ketones around 6 or 7 o'clock. No, it's usually about 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't eat until 1. I still haven't had any lunch today. So I am getting ready to break my fast here at 1 o'clock with some lunch. So really, there is no rules here on when to drink them or when not to drink them. If you're looking for appetite control an hour before you eat, as far as the time you drink them, whenever works best for you, whenever you need or you're going to need that energy source. So hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Let's see, I have questions written down, and y'all make sure to drop some in the comments if you have them. I might have your question on my list already though. Will they help with weight loss? A lot of people were like, well, I need to lose weight, so I want to drink ketones because I need to lose weight. Will that help me? Ketones are not a diet drink. They are a tool, and we talked about this just a little while ago. Ketones are a tool to help you, to aid in getting your body, getting that mood, getting that focus, getting that energy level up, building that muscle preservation, appetite control. They are a tool that can help with all that. And as you know, when you have all that, you're going to probably make better choices. You're going to have energy, so you might want to exercise a little bit more. You might want to move around a little bit more, things like that. And that's where the weight loss comes. That's where you see people dropping a lot of fat when they're drinking ketones. And ketones, naturally, when you're in a state of ketosis, which is what you're trying to achieve if you're following keto or you're drinking a supplement, you're trying to achieve a metabolic state of ketosis. When you're in a state of ketosis, you're going to burn stored fat for fuel. So it's going to use ketones over glucose. Your system is going to say, "Whoa, I got ketones. I'm going to use those ketones first." If there's no ketones in the system, your body's going to use glucose. And glucose is not a sustainable fuel source. It's going to burn through that glucose, and then you're going to kind of crash. That's what happens when we eat anything with high sugar, or like cake or anything like that, or chocolate. You're going to get that boost of energy, and then you're going to crash. Ketones are more sustainable when they're available in your system. Your system knows exactly what to do with them. It's going to pick them up. It's going to utilize them. It's going to be a sustainable source of energy. And if you're taking a supplement, it's non-jittery. Like if I drink too much coffee, I might get jittery. If I drink an energy drink, I might get jittery. Ketones is not like that. Like they're non-jittery. You're not going to get that. So it's not like a side effect to ketones, but eventually weight loss will come just because of all the benefits that you're getting to having ketones in your system. And you're using that stored fat, which who doesn't want to use that stored fat as fuel if it's there? Use it up. Use all that you can. That's what I say. All right, so how do I take my ketones? So for these ketones, these are the liquid ones and these are powdered ones. You're gonna mix these in about 12 to 16 ounces of water. I was listening to someone last night. He said he mixes his in 24 ounces of water. Now that's a little diluted for me, but he said that's how he gets his water intake. It helps him get his water intake in. You know, typically you don't count the water that you're mixing with your ketones, but if you're mixing them in 24 ounces of water, then I would think you can count at least half of that. But usually people do 12 to 16 ounces of water. If you're finding them a little too sweet, these are the ones that people usually find a little on the sweet side. They are sweetened with erythritol. You can add a little more water. You can add some lemon juice to them. Lemon juice won't change it. It might just make them a little less sweet. These are kind of tart. If you're finding them a little too tart, you can always add a little extra allulose sweetener. That's what these are sweetened with. So allulose is just not as sweet as any other like sugar alcohol or regular sugar, so sometimes you need a little bit more. Or you can add your electrolytes in here to help with the flavor. There's citrus flavors that definitely help with the flavor. Hi Sandy, hi Victoria, how are you? How much to get started? There's different options. So Stacy, I can get you a link. There's also a link over in my bio that you can go to see the different options. There's like 4 or 5 bundle and save options, which I highly recommend. Or you can just get the challenge box. And I can also, if you are a brand new customer, I can get you a $20 off coupon. So if you are planning to order, I only have a few of those a month. So if you are going to order, make sure you reach out to me first so I can get you $20 off of your order. All right, so how do I take these 12 to 16 ounces of water? You mix them and you shake them up, and then you drink them in 30 to 45 minutes. Do not guzzle your ketones, which comes to my next question. Why, when I first start ketones, why does it make you go to the bathroom? A lot of people ask that. A lot of people see people ask that, and then they ask me, is that going to happen to me? And what's typically happening there is people are drinking them too fast, because some of them are really delicious and they're hard not to drink too fast. What we say is you never guzzle your ketones. You want your body to slowly absorb them. So mix and drink them in 30 to 45 minutes, no quicker than 30 to 45 minutes. So you do need to sip on them a little bit. I like to add a lot of ice in mine, but you don't have to. But if you are guzzling your ketones, just like if you're guzzling water, you're going to be in the bathroom and they're going to go right through you. If you're one of those that have a hard time absorbing different things and medication, I would definitely recommend you incorporating some Himalayan salt, because your system might need a little help in absorbing water and ketones and things like that, so it's not going right through you. So definitely Himalayan pink salt is a great resource to utilize for that. You can add a little bit to your water, sprinkle a little bit in your water. You can actually put some directly on your tongue. It's really great electrolyte, and it really helps you aid in absorbing. A nurse once told me that, because I was like, well, you're saying drinking water a gallon a day and I'm going to be in the bathroom all the time. And she's like, your body's not absorbing it then. You really need to train your body to absorb it. So add some Himalayan pink salt to help absorb things if you are having issues with that. So number one, make sure you're not chugging them. And number two, make sure you also incorporate some electrolytes in your system so that you help aid in your body to absorb things. So I'm going great, Sandy. How are you? Hi, Linda. How are you doing? So I'm just going through some common ketone related questions. So if you have any while y'all are jumping on, y'all make sure to drop them in the comments. Make sure y'all say hi as you're jumping on. I would just be on for just a few more minutes. I have a meeting at 1:30, so I thought it was at 1. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to really get this done before I have to get back to work. But hopefully y'all are having a wonderful day. Hopefully y'all found value in this. Hopefully I'll get your question answered. I can drop the questions and kind of the times on the questions. So if you're watching this on the replay and you need to skip through, I can hopefully have a guide there to hopefully, so you can jump to your question. So, listening to some loud, heavy metal. Okay. All right. So, how much water we add? 12 to 16 ounces. Typically, you can do more if you want. I wouldn't recommend too much less. We talked about why ketones, not absorbing those, can have the effect of making you go to the restroom. You definitely want to make sure your body's absorbing the ketones and utilizing them. So, it does these. Oh, the caffeine free. I'm like, I wrote down my question. Don't even know how to written down. So a lot of people ask, if I cannot handle any caffeine, what do I do? Is there a caffeine free version? Yes. Almost every one of our flavors come with caffeine or without caffeine. This one is a charged ketone, and this one is a caffeine free. You really know the difference. The charged ones are usually always a solid color packet. Sometimes most of the time they say charged on there, sometimes they don't. But we just know their solid color packets are charged, and the white ones are caffeine free. They both work the same way. The only difference, the ones with caffeine, you might get a little extra boost of energy, just like if you drink some coffee. But they're going to work the same way. They're going to put your body in a state of ketosis within an hour. They're going to maintain ketosis for about 4 to 6 hours, depending on how fast your body absorbs them. I can't guarantee how long you're going to stay in a state of ketosis when you drink ketones, because everybody is different. So typically, from what the doctors say, it's 4 to 6 hours. So. Could you post some recipes? I'm not making any recipes right now, but there's a ton of recipes over in my bio. So if you go over to my bio link over on my Facebook page, there is a whole section of recipes there. I will be back making recipes this evening for dinner. So we're going to have air fried chicken this evening. So, but yeah, caffeine free. They both work the same. Our challenge box comes mixed. So if you grab a challenge box, you're going to get half caffeine and half caffeine free. If you already know up front, I can't have any caffeine, then you're going to have to pick one of the mainstay flavors and get a full box of one flavor. I started out with blueberry acai. I drank that for the first 3 months. That's all I drank. I did do charge. I didn't start with a challenge box. I was like, I know I love blueberry. That's got to taste good, right? Give me that. So I started with that, and I started with our keto coffee cream because I love coffee. So, are there any trials? That was my last question that I wrote down. Yes, I do offer trials. So if you go to the link over in my bio, there is a link there for trials. If you don't want to start with a whole box, you only want to try maybe like 5 different flavors, 5 or 10. If you want to just try, like I got a trial of 3 of these liquid ketones. There are a few trial options. You definitely save more money when you buy a full box. Plus, I can get you a $20 off coupon on a full box. So, Definitely a full box is the way to go if you're looking to save money, but I do understand some people want just to try them before they commit to a whole box. There is a 100% money back guarantee. So if you do commit to a whole box and you're like, yeah, this isn't for me, you can send them back. That is always an option. So that's all the questions I have written down. I don't see any questions in the comments. Let me just scroll back through to make sure I didn't miss any. But if you are watching this on the replay, feel free to drop any questions that I might not have answered down in the comment section, and I'd be happy to answer whatever. Or you can message me directly if you'd like. First time in a long time. Well, I appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Annie. I appreciate that. I try my best to offer good content to everyone and be consistent and show up. That's what I try my best to do, is be consistent and show up. So I will be back this evening around dinner time. These lives right here at 12 o'clock are dedicated to kind of answering keto questions, providing some motivation. I did cook lunch yesterday. I'm not usually making lunch on these lives, but I do kind of like to come live, and anything that I get like a common theme on or a common question on, this is what this time is going to be utilized for. I've done a little bit of keto education. So if there's something y'all want me to specifically talk about, I did get one that asked to go over macros. So I might do that tomorrow at lunch. They were like, can you specifically talk about macros? Or what is macro? I don't know what that is. Can you tell me more about macros? So I'm thinking I'm probably going to do that tomorrow at lunch. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you turn on your live notifications to join me tomorrow at lunch, same time, around 12:30. I do go walk first. So I try to go walk first if it's not raining. And then I go live. Tomorrow I will only be going live at lunch. I will not be, we're going out for dinner tomorrow night. So I won't be back on live tomorrow, but I will be back on this evening. So if you enjoy watching my dinners and want to see what we're having this evening for dinner, make sure you join me this evening around 6 o'clock. And we're going to make air fried chicken. I think there's a theme this week. I made air fried steak last night and I'm making air fried chicken today. So I don't know. We'll see if it continues throughout the week. So, but I appreciate y'all a ton. Thank you for spending some of your day with me, and I will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.